Last lesson, we met OpenCode. Today, we learn how to talk to it. The basics of a good prompt. By the end of this lesson, you will know the three things every good prompt has: context, clarity, and explicit success criteria. These three habits will make every conversation with an AI more useful, whether you are using ChatGPT, Claude, or OpenCode. This lesson sets up the next three, where we cover specific prompt patterns. Quick recap from Phase A. AI predicts the next token, one piece at a time. Predictions are shaped by what's in the context window. The model cannot read your mind. It cannot guess what you mean. It works with exactly what you give it. Which means, the quality of the answer depends almost entirely on the quality of the prompt. Every good prompt is three things: context, the relevant background the model needs; clarity, what you actually want, in plain words; and explicit success criteria, how to know the answer is right. Miss any one of these, and the answer suffers. We will look at each one in turn. Three things: context, clarity, criteria. Miss any, suffer. First, context. Give the model the relevant background. What project is this? What language or framework? What constraints apply? What have you already tried? A prompt that says fix the bug is unanswerable. A prompt that says this is a Python 3 project using Flask, here is the error I'm getting, I've already tried X and Y is answerable. The model is not lazy. It just has nothing to work with when context is missing. Here is the same question with and without context. On top, fix the bug. The model has no idea where to start. On the bottom, the same question, but with language, framework, exact error, relevant code, and what you have already tried. Now the model can give a useful answer. Same model, same question. The difference is entirely in the context. Second, clarity. Say what you actually want. Plain words beat clever words. Specific beats general. One ask per prompt beats many. Test your prompt with a simple rule: if a friend couldn't understand what you want, neither will the model. The model has read a lot of human writing. It handles plain language better than jargon. Here is the same goal with and without clarity. On top, make it better. The model has no idea what better means here. On the bottom, the same goal, but spelled out. Return a dict. Raise an error on bad input. Add a docstring. Follow the naming convention. Now the model knows exactly what to do. Same model. Same starting code. Better answer, because you were clear. Clarity beats cleverness. Plain words beat jargon. Third, success criteria. How will you know the answer is right? What makes the answer good? What would make it bad? What format do you want? Code, prose, bullet list? What constraints must it satisfy? Must run on Python 3.10, must be under 100 lines, must not use external libraries. The model will happily produce a result without criteria. But the result will be a guess. Criteria turn a guess into a targeted answer. Here is the same request with and without success criteria. On top, write a function to validate an email. The model will produce something, but it might not match your needs. On the bottom, the same request with explicit criteria. Return true or false. Handle case. Reject these specific edge cases. Include test cases. Now the model has a target to aim at, and you have a way to check whether the answer hits it. Stack all three together. Context, what's relevant to the problem. Clarity, what you want, in plain words. Criteria, how you will judge the answer. A prompt with all three is dramatically more useful than a prompt with none. And honestly, this habit helps you with humans too. Specs, emails, requests to colleagues. The same three things make human communication clearer. Context plus clarity plus criteria. The three-line habit that improves every prompt. Quick tour of common mistakes. Vagueness, make it better, fix this, improve the code. The model has no idea what you mean. Stacking asks, three questions crammed into one prompt, all answered shallowly. No format hint, you wanted a bullet list, the model wrote 3 paragraphs. Hidden context, you assumed the model knows your project, but it doesn't, because you haven't told it yet. Here's a quick test you can run before sending any prompt. Ask yourself, what does the model need to know to answer well? List 3 things. Are they in the prompt? If not, add them. This 30-second habit will improve your prompts more than any other single technique in this course. The model can't read your mind. It works with what's in the window. Another test. Before sending, ask, would a friend understand what I want? If a friend would be confused, so will the model. Rewrite in plain words. Specific beats clever. The model handles plain language better than jargon, because that's what it trained on. Last test. Same shape, before sending, ask how will I judge the answer? What makes it good? What makes it bad? Add those criteria to the prompt. Now the model has a target to aim at, not just a vague request. The difference between a good prompt and a great prompt is usually just explicit criteria. How long should a prompt be? Long enough to give context, clarity, and criteria, and not longer. Short prompts tend to be vague, and the model guesses. Long prompts can bury the actual ask under preamble. A paragraph or two is right for most tasks. When you have a lot of context to share, use the @ symbol in OpenCode to reference files. The model loads them itself, instead of you pasting thousands of tokens into the chat. If you remember one idea, the model cannot read your mind. It works with exactly what you give it. So give context. Say what you want. Spell out how to judge success. These 3 habits will improve every AI conversation you have, in any tool, for the rest of your life. Not just OpenCode. The model can't read your mind. Give it context, clarity, and criteria. Quick recap. Every good prompt has 3 things: context, clarity, and explicit success criteria. Miss any one, and the answer suffers. Common mistakes: vagueness, stacked asks, no format hint, hidden context. And these habits help with humans too: specs, emails, requests to colleagues. Here is a small exercise. Open any chatbot you have used recently. Find a prompt you wrote that got a bad answer. Rewrite it with all 3 things: context, clarity, criteria. Try the rewrite, and compare the answers. Most people are shocked at how much of the bad answer was the prompt's fault, not the model's. Coming up next, 3 specific prompt patterns that build on these basics. Role-playing prompts, where you assign the model a role. One-shot and few-shot, where you give the model examples. And the interview me pattern, where you ask the model to interview you before answering. 4 lessons total. By the end, your prompting will be dramatically stronger. Context. Clarity. Criteria. The 3-line habit for every prompt you'll ever write. Thanks for spending this time with me. Next, we learn the first specific prompt pattern: role-playing.